what effect does piracy have on the way music moves now? Whether there's disadvantages to it, definitely. There's also advantages to that. You've noticed, a lot of people will tell you there's better reach, blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think about that?
I think when it's piracy, which is the illegal dissemination of music, as much as it might have a good amplification effect, it disenfranchises the artist if that artist doesn't have management behind them in order to galvanize what that PR work is doing in order to take it to corporate and say, hey, we've got 1,000+ et cetera downloads. This is what, how many people are listening to him. Whereas at least you are guaranteed, if you are putting it out on DSPs, that you are earning from it. But like if you are just, a gent from the hood that has a fire song, doesn't really know how to operate an industry, doesn't really know who to call. So what you had millions of streams illegally? How were you able to take the clout that you earned from that, monetize it into something? If there's no go-between there, then it's just a good song and it's good for our pop culture, but it's not good for the artist.
You become a cult classic with these things, right? And I think from a hip-hop perspective, it doesn't work for hip-hop, maybe house and all the other genres, but from hip-hop, it kills hip-hop. This is a genre where people already want things for free.
Any artist that comes to mind when you talk about cult classic of some sort?
It's tough because you got to understand where people
say the name.
Robin Third Floor is a cult classic for me because of what he represents, right? If you listen to OK Malum Cool Cat, you'd say, yo, this guy, like, he's dope and all that stuff. You listen to Robin Third Floor, it's Malum Cool Catish, but it speaks to that specific region, and he's now breaking out of that.
He knew how to galvanize.
But that's what I'm saying.
Or monetize.
But that's a cult classic because
what's
you
your
don't
take
know.
on it? Because I think
Why do you know
I
Robin Third
saw
Floor?
you going, having a back and forth with someone about when Major League said they don't care if their music is everywhere, and you're like, yeah, that's a vibe. Do you think it's okay?
It has pretty disadvantages because at the end of the day, you're hungry, understand? Your stomach is off. But with music, I just feel like it must, just put it on the right platforms, and then this is where it leads down to people actually, I think, maybe kind of needing a distributor.
Because now Fagaza can be seen as a right platform.
As a right platform. That's what I'm saying.
That's an illegal place of getting music.
That's what I'm saying. That's when we try as the youth and getting lawyers and actually going to a record label and say, yo, my nigga, I need this.
So let's educate.
Yeah, I needed this.
I agree.
I need to protect my things and stuff like that. Even if I lose this thing, I know that I'm at least benefit from the loss.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying?
Good.
So
I like that.
Because it's so expensive to make music.
I don't.
Yeah, it's very
extremely.
So that's how I'm like.
I think it's expensive to make music and release it poorly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's expensive to actually make it. And not necessarily that the cost is. I think perhaps I'm not articulating it.
Because you can buy the instruments, right, and do all the stuff that you need to do, which is a loss.
Sorry,
but if you can't now know where to market it and do it right, and
then
you put
it's
it just
expensive because you're just having losses.
Yeah.
Zandy, are you not speaking from a DJ's point of view or a producer's point of view where you have to bring the artists together onto a beat and then that's what makes it expensive.
Yeah,
but as an artist, those guys are sitting in the home studio, you're making
also,
beats.
I think, Zandy's talking from a vet
They still
point
pay
of view,
those people that come through and play the bass, the sessionists, they still have to pay for the mix and the master.
Jade, your lost take about this?
One thing you guys haven't mentioned is we have to keep in mind the economic reality for a large part of our population when it comes to music and access to music and artists who don't have radio play.
Yep.
That's sometimes the only way that they get played.
But if you can't afford a car, you don't buy a car.
But in addition to that, I don't think we should disregard those plays because that can very much be the fuel that leads to your next song being put on the radio or being played on the right platform.
Which is why the wave is so important.
But sometimes you're not able to measure
Brenda Fassie made it without all of this.
And she died without her masters and without her wealth.
But she still made it.
A point.
Get your masters. That's it. Okay, fine, guys. So